Good morning, Sports and Coffee. This is game two of the 1927 World Series between the New York Yankees and the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is game two in Pittsburgh at Forbes Field. Game one saw the Yankees win 4-2 in the full advanced version of Big Country Baseball Time, version 1.3. For those who want this free, this is included in the history tome. I'll put a link in the description box. It has been updated to version 1.5, so there's been some changes, or not changes. There's been some clarifications to the rules. We didn't change anything. We clarified some things. The batter's rating now will dictate whether they can get a home run in that range. Also, I have further defined how starting pitchers have a fatigue rule, so they can go for no hitters, as well as I've defined the pinch hitting, pinch running, and pinch fielding, or pinch substitution, defensive substitutions, pinch hitting, pinch base running, and those are defined. So the rules haven't changed. We just further refined and defined that. Rodney had a great idea, and so I've put those in the new rules. So for those who want to keep up and have version 1.5, it is now available in the Google Drive. All right. So anyway, game one I played yesterday using my test play docs. Showed how it works if you play a full at-bat game per every player. Now we're going to play the game rules as written. This is Big Country Time Sports Baseball Time. This is the way the game is designed. So again, we grab the batting order. So I actually went to Baseball Reference and grab that batting order from game two of the World Series. The only difference here is we have Collins at catcher for the Yankees instead of, I can't remember who it was, because Collins is in the history guide. So I want to use guys that are actually rated. And then I'm starting Pinnock for the Yankees and Meadows for the Pirates. Again, these pitchers might not have been the starting pitchers, but I want to use the rating. Anyway, so then I have my relief pitchers ready, and I have my closing pitchers as well. Again, neither one of these teams have a bench, so to speak. So that means they would use the utility fielders, infielders, and base runners rules that are now defined in the new document. But here, for this game, there is no substitutions, right? You only use in the raw rules, the abstract game. There's a bench and a bullpen rating. Well, our bench is going to be considered for these teams a 0 if we get into extra innings, because there is no bench defined. Rodney did not define a team's bench rating, and his bullpen in the full rosters would be, again, my relief pitcher or my closing pitchers, right? So my bullpen will be based on these guys. But as far as bench, there is no bench ratings or players, so they're going to have to be considered zeros in this, right? So which is clearly not going to be true of two World Series teams, but it's even for both teams, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so again, this game is a lot more abstract than what we've done here. Again, but he designed this to be used with Big Country Baseball Time. So how does this work? Well, Combs faces their starting pitcher in the first inning, and that's Combs' one chance to score runs for his team. So we got a 1 versus 1. So 1 versus 1, we take the differential between the batter and the pitcher. So we start with the batter, we subtract the pitcher, and that's going to give us either a plus rating for the batter or a negative rating for the batter. These two are 1-1, so 0. He's got a pretty good chance to score something for the Yankees, too. He will not. So first inning, 0 for Combs. Wainer is going to be at a -2 against Pinnock. For the Pirates, 2. He's going to fail to score. So that's inning 1, done. All right, Koenig up in the second inning, shortstop. Again, this is just how they produce runs. Koenig versus Meadows is a +1, so he's got a really good chance. Yep, and he's going to score 2 runs for the Yankees in the second inning. Barnhart, 2 versus 2 is 0. Barnhart's got a pretty good chance. Nope, Barnhart's going to be shut down. All right, inning number 3, it's Babe Ruth with a 4+ versus a 1, so he's going to be a 3. So 4 minus 1 is 3. We ignore the plus unless we get a plus roll. 4. 4 is another run. So Babe Ruth produces a run for the Yankees. It's 3-0. Paul Wainer with a 4 versus a -2. I roll a 4. That's going to be no run. So going into the 4th inning, it is 3-0. Yankees getting the job done. Gehrig with a 4. -1 is 3. So +3 for Lou Gehrig. 2. Wow, Lou Gehrig shut down in the World Series Game 2. This will be right for the Pirates. 4 with a 2, so +2. 5, he's going to hit a 1, so he's going to bring in a run. It is now 3-1 as the shortstop Wright has found a way to produce a run for the Pirates. Musial, Bob Musial, 4-1, so +3. He's got a chance to rack up runs. 3. He's going to get a plus. Is Musial a plus? He is not, so we ignore the plus. The only time you can take advantage of the plus rule is if a batter has a plus rating. That means Musial, who hit a home run and a single last game, is shut out in the, the 5th, 6th? Trainer now is a 4 against 2, so +2. Trainer has a chance to make an interesting run here. 2, nope. Trainer will be shut down. So Pinnock is pitching a beautiful game right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lazzeri is up 3+, -1 is 2+. If I hit either plus, he gets a chance to add runs for a big inning. 4, he's going to score 1 though. Look at this. The Yankees are now up 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1. Grantham is going to be at -1. He needs to roll high. 6, he's going to get 1+. Grantham is not a plus batter, so he just scores 1. Folks, it's 4-2 going into this the 7th inning. Right, Dugan is a 0. 3, Dugan gets a plus chance, but he's not a plus player, so no. Harris is a 2 versus 2, 0. Harris has a chance to make this interesting. 4, he's going to score a run. Look at this. Pirates fighting back. It is 4-3 going into the 8th inning. Collins at 0. This is the catcher wrapping it up. He's going to score 1 more for the Yanks. And Gooch, who's a 2 versus the starting pitcher 2. Gooch is going to get 5. He's going to score a run, but unfortunately, no plus rating for Gooch. And we go to our starting pitchers to wrap it up. 0, -1 for Pinnock to help his cause. He will not score to help his cause. Meadows to help his cause is at a -1 versus Pinnock. 5, he's going to score 1. I think we're going into extra innings. What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're going into extra innings. Extra innings, so we have to use bench versus bullpen. So our bench is a 0 versus their bullpen, who's Sven-Gross, -1. So we need to roll a 5 or a 6. There it is. That's a score. Top of the 10th. The Yankees have scored with their bench. And now the Pirates with a chance, 0. Our backup pitcher is a 0. Oh, damn. They can do it. Oh, my gosh, with a 2. No, they're going to fail to score, and it is going to be the Yankees 6-5 in the 10th inning win. Oh, man, Yankees are now up 2 games. In real life, the Yankees swept them 4-0. Here, the Yankees are up 2-0. So the Yankees win in the full sim 4-2, and the Yankees in the original Big Country Time Sports version, which is very abstracted, they win 6-5 in a 10th inning in extra innings. That's incredible. So again, you see the bench is just assumed. So again, if you have a backup player that's rated, you could just assume they're the bench guy. I don't recall them having actual bench players when I looked them up. So and I used the batting lineups. I chose the starting pitchers. But you could use Pro Baseball Reference for all your games. Normally, I would just take the Yankees roster, set the lineup, and never change it, and then go through their starting rotation and choose the relief pitchers maybe randomly. But for this video series, I am trying to do this basically using the real life World Series batting order. So look at this. Combs doesn't produce in the first inning. Koenig produces 2 runs for the Yankees. Murderer's row. Ruth gets a run. He did not score or even get a hit in game 1. Garrick shut out. Musial shut out. And Lazzari gets a run. And then Collins, the catcher, produces a run. And then finally, the bench in the extra inning produces a run. And again, this would just be extra innings. You would just roll until somebody wins the game. So you can count the innings if you want. I would just call it extra inning win. And then, of course, over here we had Wright get him on the board in the 4th. Trainer shut out. And then Grantham, Harris, and Gooch. So they scored 1, 2, 3, 4 straight innings. They produced a run to get them here. Unfortunately, in extra innings, they couldn't match. And the Yankees win it 6-5. So 4-2, 6-5. Pretty dang cool. The fact that both the full sim and the original abstract game produces a similar results. Obviously, a little higher scoring, but in real life, the Yankees won that first game 5-4. I don't know what the score was for this one. I didn't look. I want to say it was 6 to something. I think the real life score for game 2 was 6 to 2 or something. So I do think it was close. Anyway, there you have it, folks. That's how Big Country Time Sports baseball time. That's the original rules from the books. If you want that version of the rules, you're going to have to get a book or already own the book. Again, if you want to use the full at-bats version of the rules, which is now rules 1.5 with some clarifications and tweaks, that can be had for free with the file. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.